The galaxy is a vast and mysterious place, teeming with a multitude of Xenos races beyond the familiar threats of the Orks, Eldar, and Tyranids. These lesser-known species, though not as prominent, play crucial roles in the cosmic tapestry, each with unique characteristics and histories. Let's explore these enigmatic species in greater detail. Before we begin, a brief aside. If you enjoy this content, please hit like and subscribe. Perhaps leave a comment with which minor Xenos races to include in Part 2. The Khrave, a name that strikes fear into the hearts of those who know of them. These psychically gifted mind-eaters are a plague upon human worlds, enslaving entire populations to feast upon them and strengthen their society. Their history is shrouded in mystery, their origins lost in the mists of time. But their impact on the galaxy is undeniable. The Khrave are an ancient race, predating even the Eldar Empire. They have been a thorn in the side of humanity since the earliest days, feasting on mankind during the Age of Strife. These beings are divided into root minds, the actual Khrave organisms and their slave organisms. The root minds tower over 3 meters tall and are capable of great psychic feats. They can enslave an entire world on their own, requiring an initial biological host to fully manifest. It is said they exist in both the materium and immaterium simultaneously. During the Great Crusade, humanity's first concerted effort to reclaim the stars under the Emperor of Mankind, the Khrave were encountered and fought regularly. The World Eaters Legion, under the ferocious Primarch Angron, exterminated the Khrave on Sirach 17, a world that had resisted previous attempts at liberation. The Dark Angels waged the Muspel campaign against them, and the Raven Guard, under the leadership of their Primarch Corvus Corax, faced them in the compliance of Indra Sul. These encounters were brutal and showcased the Khrave's formidable strength and psychic abilities. The Khrave are not just warriors, they are also cunning and patient predators. They can consume a world over several centuries, carefully controlling their population to not overstretch their resources. This methodical approach to consumption and destruction makes them a persistent and insidious threat. Their technology is advanced, with their fleets consisting of various vessels, including nest webs and snare ships capable of warp travel. Their weaponry is equally formidable, with warp glamours capable of ripping apart even a space marine. The Extinction Carbine, a weapon known to tear apart enemies with a soul-wrenching storm, is a weapon to be feared. Despite their might, the Khrave are not invincible. They have been pushed back and defeated in several notable encounters with the Imperium's forces. However, their resilience and ability to strike fear into the hearts of their enemies make them a significant threat, one that the Imperium must always be wary of. The Demiurg, once misidentified by both the Tau Empire and the Imperium as a minor Xenos race, are short, semi-humanoid beings that are actually a prospect of the Leagues of Votan. Known for their prowess in mining and trading, the Demiurg have carved out a niche for themselves in the complex tapestry of interstellar relations. The Demiurg are primarily spaceborne, living aboard their massive and majestic commerce vessels. They are a militarized resource-seeking expedition, allied with the Tau Empire, from whom they have acquired a deep understanding of ion weapons technology. This alliance has been beneficial for both parties, with the Tau Empire utilizing the advanced technology in their armies and fleets, while the Demiurg keep the most advanced and finest of these weapons for themselves. Their history since the Great Crusade is shrouded in mystery. The Demiurg maintained clandestine mining installations, such as the one at Tenebrae 950, and their presence in the galaxy has only increased over the centuries. They are known to avoid imperial space unless invited, making them a rare sight within the dominion of humanity. Their increased sightings in the Ultima Segmentum are thought to be linked to the expansion of the Tau Empire, or perhaps as a response to the disruptions caused by the Tyranid hive fleets. Their society is organized into brotherhoods, with little known about their political structure or military weight. Two such brotherhoods, the Suritok and Therm, are known to have joined forces with the Tau Empire. While they prefer to live aboard their starships, the Demiurg have also colonized mineral-rich worlds, such as those in the Paretta system. Technologically, the Demiurg are advanced, with their vessels performing a variety of tasks. The Stronghold-class vessels serve as factories and processing units, while the Bastion-class ships are configured for asteroid mining. These ships are largely automated and use electromagnetic fields to scoop up interstellar hydrogen, creating a form of nuclear fusion-powered ramjet engine. Their technology also includes the Demiurg Survey Glass, a visual aid for mineral detection, and powerful energy drills used for intensive mining activities. The Demiurg's weaponry is often remodeled from technology developed for resource gathering and manufacturing. Examples include the Lass Beam Cutter, adapted from high-powered lasers used in asteroid mining, and automated mining machines reconfigured as attack craft against enemy ships. In battle, the Demiurg have been known to fight alongside Imperial vessels, such as in the conflict against Hive Fleet Jomunganda. Their role in these battles, while not always at the forefront, is nonetheless significant. The Demiurg, with their unique blend of technological prowess and resourcefulness, continue to navigate the perilous waters of galactic politics and warfare, maintaining their identity and independence in a galaxy where survival is never guaranteed. Ambulls are native to the desert death world of Luther McIntyre 9. These subterranean Xenos creatures are an intimidating presence, known for their massive build, insect-like armored carapace, and oversized arms tipped with iron-hard claws. Ambulls are not just fearsome predators, they are also deeply social beings, forming close-knit family units. Several adults tend to broods of 4 to 7 offspring, living in extensive underground tunnel networks that they excavate with their powerful claws. These tunnels, while appearing as safe havens, can be deadly traps for the unwary. Their life on Luther McIntyre 9 is harsh and unforgiving. The intense heat of the planet's sun forces many of its inhabitants, including the Ambulls, to adopt a subterranean lifestyle. Emerging primarily at night to hunt, they are adept at stalking their prey, both above and below ground, using their tunnels to ambush and capture their victims with terrifying speed and ferocity. Despite being native to a death world, Ambulls have been spread across the galaxy, often smuggled onto Imperial worlds by those seeking to use them as attack or guard animals. These attempts at domestication invariably end in disaster, with Ambulls escaping and rapidly breeding in environments far more hospitable than their arid homeworld. As a result, they have become a common, albeit dangerous presence on many planets within the Imperium. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Ambull is its remarkable genetic stability. Despite being spread across diverse and often hostile environments, they show no sign of genetic drift or physical variance from their ancestral populations. This extreme adaptability has baffled xenobiologists, with some speculating that the Ambull may have been engineered to withstand the corrupting influence of chaos, though most attribute their resilience to the brutal natural selection of their home world. The Ambull's fearsome reputation is not just confined to the deserts of distant planets. They have been encountered in various environments, including the ice world of Simia Orichalkai, where they proved just as formidable in the frozen depths as in the sands of their native planet. Even the renowned Commissar Kane has faced these beasts and barely survived to tell the tale. The Void Whales traverse the blackness of space, Their colossal forms a rare and breathtaking sight. Born in the currents of the Imperium, these gargantuan beings, nearly 12,000 Terran miles long, swim through the vacuum of real space as well as the unpredictable tides of the warp. Their immense size is such that their bodies, both inside and out, become ecosystems unto themselves, hosting various other insidious creatures. One of the most notable encounters with the void whale occurred in 1877 M41. A hideously mutated void whale emerged from the warp, presenting a threat of unimaginable proportions. In response, a team of space wolves, led by the formidable Wolf Lord Engir Krakendoom, embarked on a daring mission. They boarded the void whale, fighting their way through the vampiric bipedal creatures known as remora that had made their home within the beast. Engir and his Astartes displayed courage and tenacity as they planted thermal charges deep within the creature's vital organs. In a dramatic escape, they vacated the void whale before it exploded, leaving behind the Tarellian gas belt, a cosmic phenomenon born from the remains of the once mighty creature. The Jokaero are intelligent, orangutan-like aliens, created by the Old Ones during the war in heaven over 60 million Terran years ago. They are masters of technological construction and manipulation, specializing in the development of miniaturized weapons technology. The Jokaero's appearance is deceptive. Resembling the great apes of old Earth, they possess retractable fingers and toes, and their heavy-set, orange-furred bodies belie their extraordinary technological prowess. Despite lacking any known form of language, they demonstrate an innate and seemingly instinctual skill at crafting advanced technologies from even the most basic components. This ability is so profound that it surpasses the understanding of even the most advanced star-faring species of the galaxy. Their creations are not only functional, but also highly sought after across the Imperium. Jokaero digi-weapons, resembling large rings with the firepower of an Inferno pistol, are particularly prized. Their ability to miniaturize complex weapon systems is unparalleled, making them valuable assets to those who can gain their cooperation. The Jokaero live in large family groups, roaming the galaxy with survival as their sole objective. They often arrive on inhabited worlds to scavenge for technology or specific components they need. Despite their peaceful nature, they are known to band together for coordinated attacks to acquire desired objects, demonstrating their capability for complex and well-coordinated tactics. In recent times, more radical members of the Ordo Xenos have incorporated Jokaero into their retinues of acolytes. In the heat of battle, a Jokaero can modify and enhance the weapons and armor of an Inquisitor's retinue, often in ways that are both unexpected and inexplicably effective. These modifications, though sometimes merely aesthetic, can significantly increase a weapon's damage or improve its accuracy and rate of fire. The Jokaero's understanding of astrophysics is equally impressive. Their starships, open structured lattices unlike any other species' vessels, utilize unknown interstellar currents of energy. These ships can move, maneuver, and even enter the warp by altering their shape to draw upon this unseen energy, much like force weapons channel psychic energy. Despite their incredible abilities, the Jokaero remain an enigma. It is unclear whether they are truly sentient or simply executing programmed tasks instinctually. Attempts to capture them for specific projects often fail, as the Jokaero are adept at creating inventions that allow them to escape confinement. The Laer, a non-humanoid reptilian Xenos species, played a pivotal role in one of the most tragic sagas of the Great Crusade. Native to the oceanic world of Laer, the Laer were a society dedicated to the pursuit of perfection, a trait that would ultimately lead to their downfall and the corruption of their conquerors, the Emperor's Children's Space Marine Legion. The Laer were a marvel of genetic and chemical engineering, each individual uniquely adapted from birth to fulfill a specific role in their society, be it as workers, soldiers, diplomats, or artists. This pursuit of perfection mirrored that of the Emperor's children, who also sought excellence in all things. However, the Laer's devotion was not to the Emperor of mankind, but to the chaos god Slaanesh. When the Emperor's children, led by their primarch Fulgrim, discovered the Laer during the Great Crusade, they were faced with a dilemma. The Laer's advanced society and formidable military might pose a significant challenge. The Laer warriors, genetically and chemically enhanced, were formidable in combat, wielding energy-firing gauntlets and energized blades with deadly efficiency. Their adaptations included aerial, land-based and aquatic forms, each perfectly suited to combat in their respective environments. Fulgrim, however, saw no room for negotiation or coexistence with the Xenos species. In his eyes, and in accordance with Imperial doctrine, only humanity was worthy of perfection. The notion of an alien race holding ideals comparable to those of mankind was not only unthinkable, but deserving of annihilation. Thus, he ordered an immediate attack on the Xenos world, initiating a brutal and bloody campaign that would be known as the Cleansing of Laeran. The fighting was fierce and costly. The Emperor's children faced enemies adapted to every conceivable theater of war, from the depths of the oceans to the skies above. The Laer's advanced technology, including warships connected directly to their crews' minds, and warriors with enhanced physical abilities, inflicted heavy casualties on the Space Marines. Despite the odds, the Emperor's children emerged victorious, but the cost was high, both in terms of lives lost and the seeds of corruption sown. The Laer's dedication to She Who Thirsts had tainted their world and everything on it. Unbeknownst to the Emperor's children, their exposure to the Laer's corruption during the campaign marked the beginning of their downfall. The once noble Third Legion and its primarch would eventually succumb to the temptations of the warp, turning against the Emperor and becoming one of the most vile servants of chaos. In the aftermath, Laeran was left a lifeless husk, its advanced civilization and its people wiped out. The Emperor's children, once paragons of virtue and excellence, were now on a path to damnation, their fate forever intertwined with the tragic story of the Laer. The Hrud lurk as one of the most enigmatic and dangerous Xenos species mankind has thus far had the misfortune to encounter. These subterranean dwellers, shrouded in mystery and darkness, possess a unique and terrifying ability, likely warp-based, to dramatically accelerate the aging of living beings or the decay of objects within their vicinity. This entropic power makes them a formidable and feared adversary to any who encounter them. The Hrud's appearance has been a subject of debate among Imperial scholars, as two distinct forms have been identified, both labeled as Hrud. The first depiction is of a crouched, rodent-like creature, swathed in rags, its face obscured and tail rat-like. The second, a bizarre, vaguely humanoid entity with long, segmented limbs, an exoskeleton, and a mandible-laden mouth. Regardless of their form, the Hrud prefer the darkness, thriving as scavengers and tunnel dwellers, infesting places rather than inhabiting them. Their bodies, which liquefy rapidly upon death, and the distortion field they emit, make studying them a near impossible task. Their first contact with humanity occurred during the Great Crusade in the 31st millennium, when Adeptus Mechanicus explorators ignored Eldar warnings and ventured into their space. This encounter quickly turned hostile, leading to the classification of the Hrud as a dangerous Xenos species. the Iron Warriors Legion undertook a xenocidal war against their warrens on Gugan, nearly exterminating the species. However, the creatures proved resilient and continued to pose a threat to the Imperium in various encounters, including a massive migration that destroyed the Star Phantoms chapter's homeworld of Harkonneth. The Hrud are meticulous record keepers, compiling vast libraries of data. Their society is centered around a pantheon of gods known as the Slahai, with their chief deity being Ka, he who lingers. According to Hrud mythology, Cha was destroyed by the chaos god Slaanesh, with his essence splintered into the enigmatic alien race of shadowy spheres called the Umbra. In terms of technology, the Hrud often scavenge from other races, particularly the Imperium of Man. They have developed their own weaponry, such as the Hrud Fusil, a powerful rifle based on warp plasma technology that draws raw energy from the Imperium. In the shadowy underbelly of the Calixis sector, particularly within the crowded warrens of its hive cities, lurks a xeno-species so insidious and terrifying that their very existence sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened inquisitors. These beings, known as the Simulacra, possess the chilling ability to shapeshift, a power that allows them to infiltrate all strata of human society, from the lowest hives to the highest echelons of power. The Simulacra are humanoid in appearance, with featureless faces, no body hair, and skin so pale it is almost translucent. However, their true horror lies in their method of mimicry. To assume the identity of another, a simulacrum must consume the brain of its victim. This macabre act allows the creature not only to adopt the victim's appearance and voice, but also to access their memories and skills. This terrifying ability, however, has a time limit. As the brain is digested over approximately 4 weeks, the simulacrum's ability to maintain its assumed form and skills gradually degrades. These Xenos beings are strategic in their hunt, often targeting individuals with useful skills or high status. Their ultimate goal remains as yet unknown, but the implications are dire. A simulacrum ascending to a position of power within a hive could wreak untold havoc, potentially even bringing others of its kind to aid in a silent takeover. The simulacra's existence seems confined to the Calixis sector, specifically the Malfian subsector with its dense concentration of hive worlds. The Ordo Xenos, ever vigilant, is desperately seeking the homeworld of the Simulacra, if such a place exists, to eradicate this threat. However, there have been disturbing reports of similar beings in worlds outside the Malfian subsector, raising fears that this threat might not be as contained as once believed. Inquisitorial encounters with the Simulacra have been fraught with danger and deception. In one notable instance, Inquisitor Joshua Stark, then only an acolyte, helped dismantle a smuggling ring on the world of Siren's Den, where the Simulacra were being used as playthings for the corrupt and decadent. The Tarellians, also known as dog soldiers, are a lesser-known but intriguing Xenos species. These reptilian beings, often employed as mercenaries, have a most tragic history marked by conflict and survival. The Tarellians once boasted their own stellar empire, the Tarellian civilization, located to the galactic north of the Ghoul Stars and coreward of the Kiltor sector. However, their fate took a dark turn during the Great Crusade in the late 30th millennium, when the Imperium of Man virus-bombed several of their worlds. This brutal act of destruction left a deep-seated grudge in the Tarellians against humanity, a hatred that persists even 10 millennia later. Physically, Tarellians are bipedal, narrow-waisted and broad-shouldered, standing shorter than most humans. Their long canine-like faces and teeth earned them the moniker of dog soldiers. They communicate in a language of growls, snarls, and barks, and are known for their honor-obsessed culture, undertaking long rituals of oath and respect. Any perceived disrespect or interruption of these ceremonies can quickly turn them violent. In recent times, the Tarellians have found themselves serving as mercenaries for the Tau Empire. Their skills as warriors are valued, and some have embraced the philosophy of the greater good. This alliance has given the Tarellians a new purpose and a chance to rebuild their lives away from their devastated homeworlds. However, the Tarellians' struggle for survival took another grim turn around 99 M41 when Hive Fleet Moloch, a Tyranid swarm, devoured the Kiltor sector and swept through the Ghoul stars. This catastrophic event likely led to the destruction of the remaining Tarellian civilization, leaving only those dog soldiers operating as mercenaries away from their home territories as survivors. Despite their tragic history, the Tarellians have shown resilience and adaptability. They have fought alongside various factions, including the Alpha Legion Sons of the Hydra, against the Ultramarine successor chapters. Their diverse combat styles and shared hatred of humanity made them formidable allies in these conflicts. The Strixis have carved out a unique and shadowy niche within the galaxy. These nomadic Xenos traders, often considered untrustworthy by those who encounter them, roam the Coronis expanse in their ramshackle fleets, dealing in everything from mundane trinkets to forbidden lore and dark secrets. The Strixis are a truly bizarre and hideous sight to behold, often described as resembling human-sized skinned dog embryos. They are gangling creatures with multi-eyed faces and bony talons, typically swathed in ragged bone-colored cloth adorned with various trinkets. Their appearance is matched by their inscrutable nature. They are a species without apparent gender differences or visible young, leading many to wonder about their methods of reproduction, a topic they avoid discussing. Their society is as enigmatic as their appearance. Governed by no discernible laws or structures that humans can comprehend, the Strixis are driven by individual avarice and petty intrigues. They are known for their double-dealing nature, engaging in piracy, slavery, and trade with equal enthusiasm. Their caravans, a motley collection of barely space-worthy ships, are home to not just the Strixis, but also a variety of slaves, mercenaries, and genetically engineered servants. Despite their reputation for treachery, the Strixis are sought after by many, including rogue traders, for the wealth of information and rare items they possess. Their knowledge of the Coronis expanse is extensive, and they are known to trade valuable secrets for the right price. However, dealing with them is a risky endeavor, as they are known to weave lies and truths inextricably together, making it difficult to discern fact from fiction. One of the most peculiar aspects of Strixis culture is their deep-seated hatred for the Eldari, a sentiment that is reciprocated. The origins of this animosity are unknown, and neither race is forthcoming with an explanation. In terms of technology, the Strixis are scavengers and hoarders, possessing a wealth of technology bartered or stolen from countless races. Their ships, though ramshackle, are protected by powerful force fields and are capable of projecting ethereal beams of ghost energy. They are also noted fleshcrafters, creating various biological constructs for trade or their own use. The Strixis dealings in slavery are particularly notorious. They view slaves as just another commodity, trading them without a second thought for their well-being. Their slave pens, while crowded, are maintained with a cold efficiency, as a dead slave is seen as a loss of profit. Our exploration has only just begun. In our upcoming discussions, we will venture further into the lesser-trodden paths of this universe, shedding light on more of these obscure and fascinating Xenos species.